calling pages 5 through 40, Hunwardsen versus Affinity Lifestyles, 831-543. We're going to do appearances here in court first, and then we will do them remotely, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniela LeBounty on behalf of Defendant Costco.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, do we have anybody here from plaintiffs?
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Brianna Switzler on behalf of plaintiffs.
Okay, do we have anyone here from ET&T eBay Terrible Herbst?
Morning, Your Honor. Trevor Everett.
Thank you. Anybody from Real Water?
Good morning, Eric Freeman for Real Water and AffinityLifestyles.com.
Thank you. Anybody Real Water, Tennessee?
Morning, Your Honor. Jim Cavanaugh for Real Water Tennessee, LLC.
Okay, I appreciate it. Is there anybody else that I've not had a chance to make their appearance? No? Okay. Today is the day for then we are addressing on case 831543, the motion for determination of good faith settlement, defendant Costco Wholesale Corporation, motion for determination of good faith settlement, document 874. OST 881. There was no oppositions. They were due by yesterday, and we did not receive a reply. Since I have everyone here, generally the court's practice is just to make sure that somebody doesn't think they filed one, because there are so many cases, people sometimes have inadvertently filed it in another case. Does anyone who's making an appearance today say that they filed any opposition that the court should be taking into account, that maybe it got misfiled? If so, please speak. If it's, I see negatory nods. Okay. So I have no oppositions. Then here's the court's inclination. The court's inclination, EDCR 2.20. There's being no opposition, could deem as appropriate. The court did its independent analysis under the NRS 17, under Dr. Vincent, MGM factors, Fairway Chevrolet, and the plethora of cases therein. In all of those, the court was inclined to find that the motion for good faith settlement should be granted in addition to the EDCR 2.20, but also on the merits. Counselor Costco, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. I don't have anything further to add. I did note that in our motion, if we would provide the settlement amount in camera if you wanted to see it, and we provided it to the parties who requested it upon an agreement of confidentiality. So I can provide it to
Marshall, can you grab that?
Thanks. So you can review it.
Yep, that was the one thing that you knew, because we did that before with the last one. So let's take a look at it. Okay. Okay. So all parties, I'd understood that you all had the opportunity to request, except parties requested. Did you want, the courts had a chance to review this, which was the one factor I figured you were going to address. Anyway, do you want this back?
Yes, please.
Marshall, can you please return it?
This is Eric Freeman for Real Water. I didn't get that amount. Can I send a request, an email request, and ask that the amount be responded back to me by email? Is that fine?
Yes, I'm fine. If I can get an email confirmation that they'll maintain confidentiality, I can call him and provide him with that number.
Mr. Freeman, does that meet your needs on behalf of Real Water?
Yes, I will send her an email stating that it will be held in confidence. Okay.
I'd understood that you all were doing that before today's hearing, but okay. So Real Water, here's the issue. You didn't file an op, but I appreciate you may not have had an opportunity to evaluate one of the factors. So are you then, if the court grants it with a subject to allowing a couple of days, since the order would come in within 14 days, is that going to meet your needs to see if there's any issue? Or what are you going to suggest procedurally here so we can address this? Are you asking that the court continue the hearing? What are you requesting?
No. We have no opposition. We just want to confirm the amount.
Okay. So then the court can move forward with its ruling today. Is that correct?
Definitely.
Your Honor, Jim Cavanaugh for Real Water Tennessee. We would also like to confidentially be informed of the settlement amount for Costco. Typically that's disclosed in the papers prior to request for confidentiality, but we definitely do not oppose the motion in any respect.
Okay. Do you wish the court to hold off ruling in any respect? Are you fine with the court ruling, and then if an issue comes up afterwards, then realistically on the signature line, it has some type of
Not at all.
notification. And
Sorry.
that means you meet counsel for Real Water of Tennessee, or are you requesting something different? Please let the court know.
No, Your Honor, that meets the needs. I just would like to hear from counsel privately, and we'll hold that matter in confidence.
Okay, counsel for Costco, you've heard requests of Real Water of Tennessee and Real Water DBA Affinity Lifestyle, or Affinity Lifestyles DBA Real Water, but go ahead, your position.
That's fine. I'm happy to provide that as long as they can provide me with written confirmation of confidentiality. I do want to note that in the motion, we indicated that we would provide the amount at the request of counsel. And to my knowledge, those parties didn't reach out. But again, I'm happy to provide that.
No worries, and that's why when the court read it, that's what I thought it was all taken care of beforehand, and so it was just a matter of the court confirming it with there being no opposition at the DCR 2.20. No worries. Okay, so since there's agreement, counsel, what the court is going to do is the court is going to grant the motion since everyone has set forth that there is no opposition. The court's going to put just one caveat that if for some reason, because of the not having the amount, there is a issue that somebody needs this court to revisit it, then please indicate on your signature line when this gets circulated that there's some issue for the court to evaluate it, and then the court will determine whether or not it's appropriate for it to reevaluate it or not. If I see everyone's signatures on that, or then I will evaluate the proposed order in the ordinary course under ADCR 7.21 with said order pleased to provide to the DC 31 inbox in accordance with the administrative orders. Does that meet the needs of the movement to Costco?
Yes, Your Honor.
Does that meet the needs of Real Water?
Yes.
Does that meet the needs of Real Water of Tennessee?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Does that meet the needs of ETT Terrible Herbst?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
And that should take care of everyone. Is there anybody else who needs to be heard? No. Okay. I'm going to give you all a friendly reminder on this case. You probably got a minute order yesterday. The minute order says what the minute order says for the reasons the minute order says what the minute order says. I will also remind you in said minute order, you all were supposed to get back to me. You were informed that there was a request by the entity that has the media request in this case to see if you were opposed or not opposed to having a motion being done from the jury box. As the court said at the hearing, the court doesn't have an opinion one way or another. The court's fine with it as long as it is acceptable to all counsel and as long as it is acceptable to administration. And none of my colleagues raise an issue. I can't go to the administration or the colleague aspect, right, until I hear from counsel. So please, in fairness to the requesting entity, please get back to the court so we can move this forward and we can respond to them. We really would appreciate it. Okay, so we show you next, coming in on 12/13 to start your series of various motions. Please read the court's minute order. We are going to move some of the motions to the 13th. As you know, they're all currently show for the 14th that we put as a placeholder because we didn't know the order. And then we're going to move probably approximately the first 18 of them to the 13th and then deal with them from there on. So to the extent that there's been given some additional status in this case since that the last hearing, and if there's any other motions that are no longer needing to be heard, i.e. potentially Real Water of Tennessee, please notify the court so we can get those taken care of. Is that correct, Real Water? I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but just please give us a notification the next day or two so we're not prepping for things if things are no longer needed to be heard in light of...
Yes, Your Honor, I was going to mention that today. I didn't know if it was appropriate. There's a stipulation and order being circulated. Real Water of Tennessee is being dismissed with prejudice, assuming that.
Court already signed one order relating to that generalized topic, so I don't know if you're referencing another. That's why I'm just mentioning, but please send this court communication similar to what Hannah Instruments did, please, with which ones are going to be withdrawn. As much as I really enjoy reading everything, then finding out I don't need to rule on it, it would be helpful to focus my efforts on all the cases that actually needs resolution in certain areas. Okay, counsel?
We'll do, Your Honor.
I do appreciate that. Okay, that being concluded. Oh, okay. Well, Okay, so I just got another reminder from my clerk. You all knew that if you wanted to have any dailies or anything from starting next week's hearings, you all were already supposed to have reached out and ordered things so that people could be secured. Court's understanding is nobody has, so it's our understanding nobody needs them. We will see you next week. Thank you so very much. Have a good one.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
Have a good day.
Bye. Thank you. Okay. Then we're now going to go.